Okay, this bus here is built by Startrans. What makes this bus unique and makes it a good fit in the marketplace for multifunction school activity buses is it is built by a commercial bus manufacturer that gives you the styling of a commercial bus. If you notice that front cap, there's a lot of style in the front cap. So it gives you the styling of a commercial bus, it gives you the aesthetics of a commercial bus, but it also gives you the safety of a multifunction school activity bus. So that makes this bus very unique. And we have a great place in the marketplace for this type of bus with private schools, churches that have daycares that want to use this as a dual-purpose bus. So this is a great dual-purpose bus. This bus here is a dual rear wheel. And so you'll notice from the chassis of this bus, as it goes back, it's going to flare out. And that's going to give us a wider body. And with the wider body, we're going to have the dual rear wheel in the back. It's going to give us more stability with the bus. If you look at the windows, this is a commercial bus window, okay? So it's still meeting the regulations for a school bus or a multifunction school activity bus, but it's a nice, clean looking commercial style window. It's big, it's wide. You've got more clear view opening. You also have in the doorway, the passenger entry doorway, this is the widest entryway of any MFSAB that we sell. And you have got a grab handle here on your right and on your left, lots of room getting inside the bus. So this bus will accommodate not only children, but also adults and youth. It still has the rub rails. The rub rails are, again, part of the joint strength of the bus. The bus overall has much more of a smooth skin, commercial styling. The rub rails are not quite as obtrusive. You don't see as many rivets on the bus, but you don't lose any safety. Moving to the back of the bus, we still have our heavy-duty rear bumper. One thing that makes the Startrans unique again is on this emergency exit rear door. You'll notice that we have a continuous hinge from the bottom of the door to the top of the door. What's significant about that? When this door is open, this swings open. Again, you still have the hinge that's going to lock this door. So let's say you have a high school age kid that comes back here and they're going to load an ice chest, or they're going to put an equipment bag in the back of the bus, and then they're going to go and they're going to push and shove on this door because they want it to shut. Maybe they don't know how to shut the door down. Well, the continuous piano hinge from the top to the bottom is more support for the door, and the likelihood of bending this door is a lot less. But again, to shut this door, you just rock it back, and that shuts the door. This bus here, you have the commercial styling of a commercial bus, but your marker lights, your brake light at the top are not the pin lights of the Thomas bus. They're still a very good light. But you have to reseal around these lights, especially in the front of the bus, once a year. It's part of the preventative maintenance. If you don't reseal around those marker lights, the bus is going to leak water. You have plastic, and in some cases metal fittings that's trying to adhere to plastic, and so when you have heat and cold and you've got the wind that's flexing the plastic, at some point in time that seal is going to break. And if you don't go and reseal around those lights at least once a year, you're going to get them leaking water. Moving to the driver's side of the bus, again, we still have the styling of our commercial bus. We've got a big skirt-mounted condenser on the driver's side. And now, because we've got a dual-wheel bus, we have more cubic feet to cool. We've got 5 windows down the side, so we've got a lot of cubic feet inside this bus. So we're going to have your rear AC, your dash AC. We have a skirt-mounted condenser. And then under the hood, we're going to do 2 compressors. One's going to be dedicated to the AC needs of the back, and one's going to be dedicated to the AC needs of the front. This bus can go anywhere in the South, and it's going to cool the bus. The reason being, it's going to do elementary age kids, high school age kids, and adults hate to be hot, so we want lots of AC. The crossover mirrors are mounted to the fenders. These are the latest in design. They're not mounted off the body, so there's no arm coming off the body that's wallowing out a hole in the body. They're the latest in design and what you'd want to have on a bus. Okay, we talked about this is the widest entry step well in the industry. Grab handles on both sides. They're yellow. They're illuminated well, easy to see. Step into the bus, and we talked about on the outside of the bus the styling, because Startrans is a commercial bus manufacturer that just got into the MFSAB business probably 5, 6, 7 years ago. they offer us the styling on the inside as well. You can see you've got your molded, this is a rubberized cover here that's going to reduce noise in the driver's compartment. On your overhead storage bins, you have the same things there, and that's going to protect your passengers' heads as they get up if they were to knock their head on the overhead storage bin. The ceiling panel is going to be a composite ceiling panel, and the same with the sidewall panels. So it's a very well built bus. Again, it's giving us the styling of a commercial bus, and it's giving us the safety of a school bus. In the driver's cockpit area, in this bus here, we're going to do an electric door. We don't have any hardware that comes across from a manual door. We offer that as an option, but because we're moving children and adults typically in this type of bus, or high school age kids, we're giving this bus a few more upgraded features than what we typically do in a child care bus. So we do have an electric door as standard in this bus here. Your driver's control panel is mounted to the dash, and that gives you a clear view out your transition window. This mirror here allows you to see your passengers and see them clearly. You've got your dash AC controls here, your rear AC controls mounted right here. There's your rear AC controls and your mirror controls right there. Fire extinguisher is mounted to the floor. Your your reflector kit is mounted to the floor there. And then somewhere in this, here we go, right here, the first aid kit is mounted here as well. In the Startrans, this bus from the floor to the ceiling is 82 inches. That gives us the most room that we can do in any multifunction school activity bus that we sell. The significance of that is because we have the most interior height in the Startrans, we have the biggest overhead storage bins in the industry. You can put a book bag, a suitcase. These are bucket style seats. These seats are compliant with the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards for transporting children, but they're going to give you, again, the comfort and the aesthetics that a lot of adults would like if they're going to ride in the bus. In this particular seat, you have a level 4 fabric, which is plush. You can do this with vinyl. You can do a level 3 fabric, which is more durable and not quite as plush. Lots of different options. This particular seat has lap belts. It's not a requirement in this bus. You don't have to have any seat belt at all. But in every one of our buses, we're going to, at the very least, give you lap belts. Another option in this bus is to do the 3-point lap and shoulder belt like we saw in the other bus. Now, the Startrans, we're going to have the conventional AC system that's going to drop down from the ceiling. This is where your filter is mounted here. It's not going to be as easy to see. It's going to be something you're going to want to train your drivers and your operators on checking for, because as opposed to having an AC system that's tucked in that rear wall with the filter right across the front, you're not going to see this. And so the likelihood that the drivers and the operators are going to come back here and they're going to check for dirt and dust and debris building up on there is pretty small. So part of your preventative maintenance on this bus, you want to have a schedule. Through the summertime, you want to make sure on that schedule they come back here, they take the filter out, they wash it out with the water hose, and they put it back in there. That needs to be done once a month. Okay? If you ever see water dripping out of this case, it's not the end of the world. It's pretty normal. Basically what happens is if the bus sits for a period of time, it could have a wasp or a dirt dauber. I don't know if you have those here in Georgia, but in Texas we get dirt daubers that'll come in, they'll build a nest, and they'll clog the drains of the AC system so that there's a pan here. The water just collects in the pan, and then if you turn the bus and you get this bus moving from side to side, you could have water slosh out of the bottom of the AC. To fix that, you're going to just remove the cover. You're going to look at the pan, you're going to look at the drain tubes and just make sure those are not obstructed. And you're going to go to the outside of the bus and make sure the bottom of the drain tubes are not obstructed as well. If that's done, the bus should not leak water from the AC. On the back of the bus with the emergency exit door, we're going to have, that handle's pushed down. This is your vandal lock. So to lock the bus, you're going to push that up. The bus is secure, it can't be opened. The bus will not start until you come back and pull that down. This is an emergency exit, so it cannot be obstructed. I can't build a wall across here. I can't put a net across here. I cannot do anything back here except leave it as it is, a clear opening as an exit in case I ever had to exit out the back of the bus because of a fire or smoke or anything in the bus. Now, one last thing about this bus that's unique. These Startrans offers a track in the floor. So the seat is built into a track in the wall. In addition, there's a track in the floor. Therefore, the seat is not bolted all the way through the floor, which makes it easy if you need to remove a seat or if you need to adjust the hip to knee room. Let's say you're taking a basketball team, you need more hip to knee room. You could spread these seats out to the maximum hip to knee room, which is 28 inches hip to knee. And it's easy to do. You can pull a seat out. But the track in the floor is a standard feature for Startrans, makes it very versatile. This bus here, we put the gray rubber floor inside the bus. And the purpose for the gray rubber floor, it's an upgraded floor as opposed to a standard black. And the reason for that is when we get inside the bus, again with water on our feet or snow or mud, on the black floor it's going to look really bad. This is going to hide the dirt and dust and look cleaner and better for you. We just did a walk around on a Startrans multifunction school activity bus. This model is the Senator 2. It's a 14-passenger. It's a dual-purpose activity bus. My name is Brad Hudson with Alliance Bus Group, the National Sales Manager. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have.